Buenos dias and good morning, senor, senorita. Nice to have you on the call. And let's start by giving each other a cosmic hug. Left side to left side. Yes, your heart to my heart, your worth to my worth. Yes, let's embrace. Let's hold that. Just connect. Yes. Yes. And feel that's your heart expanding. Allow it to get as large as it really is. Feel that worth expanding. Let it be as large as it really is. Then especially notice around your navel, belly button, with all the fears of the coronavirus and that out there. And just allow that state of invincibility to come in. Yeah, that one. That knowing of who you truly are. Yes. Got it? Hold that space. Hold that energy. Hold it on. Yes. Got it? Wonderful. Now this is your true state. For those of you that have taken my process, already have experienced the I Am Divinity. What this is the I Am Divinity. And all that's needed then is to be able to remove all of the toxic programs so that you can live in it 24/7. So, anyway, so what's my topic today? My topic is I still use it every once in a while, especially when I work with a pro athlete. I use the three-state coding. What the three-state coding is I have three kind of like pucks. And there's a black one, a red one, and a blue-white one. Now the black one is the negative beliefs you have about yourself. And especially with pro athletes, like I'm telling you, the difference in those three states is staggeringly different, like just beyond. Now I've worked with some of the biggest, most powerful pro athletes on the planet. Albert Ainsworth, NFL football player, he was a lineman, and he was like 350 pounds or something. Then I worked with Shaquille O'Neal. He was like 7'2" or 7'4", and like 280 pounds. I don't know. I can't remember, but just giants. And what I would do is these three states, I would get them to think about the negative, a really poor game they had. Like Shaquille O'Neal, like he was well known for his poor free throw shots. So people would foul him and know that he probably wouldn't score the point free throws. So like just like that. So it's like I get them to think of a negative game, or in Shaquille's case, the free throw. And what would be crazy amazing is, to them, shocking actually, that I could put their arm down, hold out their arm, don't let me move it, and I could put their arm down like that in that state. Yes. Then I would do it to have a really good game. And yes, I'd have to use, usually with the bigger athletes, I would have to use my whole hand, but sometimes I could do it with two fingers. And I remember doing it with Shaquille. I mean, like he's up here. Like I remember him sitting on the chair in the Miami Heat dressing room. Not the dressing room, sorry, the players' room. And he was looking at me straight ahead. Me standing up and him sitting down. That's how big the man was. And I got him to hold out his arm and think about that, and I just put his arm down like that, and I said, "What happened, Shaq? Did you not work out this morning?" Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Shaq was the abbreviated version of Shaquille O'Neal. So, anyway, then I would take them and think about a really good game. And even with a really good game, I could put their arm down for the most part. Yes, pretty well. Yeah, everybody actually. But then I would get them to think of that really, really lights out game. That really, really lights out game. And literally, I could do chin-ups on their arm. Literally do chin-ups. That's how dramatically different those three states are. What I'm telling you is, until you do something like this, all of these states and all of this energy and all of these codings is it's out of your conscious awareness. That you only are consciously aware of 5 to 7 pieces of information at any given time, and the rest is subconscious. Think about that. That this whole system's just operating, and you're only aware of 5 to 7 thoughts out of 100. See, that's the reason why working at an intellectual level, at the mind level, at the thinking level, is so unsuccessful. I'm talking about going after the program that's running that. And so these 35 questions that I asked approximately in these three states of the negative beliefs about themselves, the positive beliefs about themselves, and their divinity. And I'm telling you, the shock, especially in pro athletes, when I got them to think about a really good game and I could put their arm down, it blew them away, actually. It got their attention, big time. Now I'm talking about them going to that lights out game, you know, where they scored 5 goals that game, or they had the best, you know, like whatever, and the best row, or the best ski run, or the best whatever. And it was I couldn't move their arm. I could do chin-ups. And one of the things I would do is I would get them to put a clock on a wall. Imagine a big clock on a wall. And get them to check out the time. And the time was dramatically different. Absolutely dramatically different. In all three states. Or what would be something else? Some of the ones that really stood out. I'm having difficulty because there's 35 of them. But the metaphor was the one. That was the very last question I would ask. I would have to describe in metaphor what the negative state, the not good enough state, the non-deserving state, not love state was like. And the reason I don't use that anymore is because of the length of time it takes. It takes about a half an hour to do that. I can do a whole transformation in 2 hours, so I'm not going to spend that much time on that. But the point of the matter is that they're there, those three states, and it's significant. It's absolutely stunning, the difference. And the metaphors are so far apart. It's like the negative one is like, oh God, I feel like I'm in a train wreck, or I feel like I've been pushed out of a plane without a parachute, or it's like I'm in this swamp that's got alligators in it, and it's just crazy. The metaphors they just naturally give to describe the states. And then I get them into their good enough. Yeah, they're good enough, and they're loved. And they really, really think that that's it. They really do. Seriously. They really do think that's it. And it's amazing how I can still put their arm down, and it's amazing the metaphor. They say, oh yeah, I feel like I'm swimming, but it's kind of like in like a swampy water or something, or or it's like I got a really good drink of water, but I'm still in the desert and I don't have enough to finish, or it just goes on. But then the metaphor for their divinity is staggering. It's like I am this gigantic being that is immovable, or I am like the most fastest race car on the planet, or like it just went on and on and on, or I'm the size of the universe, and yeah, and the differences were staggering. Anyway, the point of the matter is that these are happening all the time, but they're out of our awareness. They're out of our awareness, but that's how the process of thinking, and that is. What I'm saying to you is that it's the ability to find the peace that drives all three of them, and then shift that to the knowing of who we are in our divinity. And we can be in that third state, our divinity state, our best game, our very best whatever. And we can stay there, and we can live there. And then what happens is our subconscious is so aligned with the divine, and we have all of these amazing things just naturally falling into place. So there you have it. It's pretty amazing how powerful we are as a divine being, and most don't even know it. Yeah. I just read something here a little while ago that only 2%, 2 out of 100, 2 out of 100 are consciously aware. Isn't that absolutely amazing, that number? That the ego has a grip on the other 98. Now, we can't have that. We can't have that. We are changing that. And one of the fastest ways to change that is on September 22nd. Yes, where we shift all of those beliefs that were created from a single experience, and having you believe in those kind of things, and having the ego in charge of your decision making. That time is getting very, very close to being over. I trust that you will wake up to that response, that call for September 22nd to be in your life. Okay? So reach out to DONN, Transform with DONN, DONN.com, and see where it goes. Imagine. So you have yourself a magnificent day. This message comes to you from the heart of DONN as we travel at warp speed toward the dawn of humanity.